What happens when you cross rock and roll with the world's most spectacular wildlife creatures?
Introducing Rock on the Wild Side. This planet's most awesome predators cut to monster rock and roll. Classic rock, nature's wildest creatures, together on one extraordinary video. It's all here. Award-winning footage, nature's most gripping, thrilling drama. The chase, the capture, the escape. And it's all yours for the low price of just $19.95. Satisfaction guaranteed if you call this number and order now. And hey, there's more.
Shake it to the east, shake it to the west. When it comes to shaking, you're the wow, baby. Just an itty bitty shake, just a shimmy shake with you.
Call now and you'll also receive this outrageous video, Wildlife Rocks, free. Catch all your favorite creatures of the wild at their weirdest, wackiest, and wildest. It's yours absolutely free if you call and order now. You get both incredible videos for just $19.95. Available only through this exclusive television offer. Take a rock on the wild side and call right now.
To order, call 1-800-772-1433. That's 1-800-772-1433. Have your credit card ready. Operators are standing by from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Guaranteed to be the funniest, most exciting wildlife videos you've ever seen or your money back. You get both Rock on the Wild Side and Wildlife Rocks for only $19.95 plus shipping and handling. Have them delivered to your home or office. Take a Rock on the Wild Side and order your set today.
The rhino. He's just one species. But if he goes, he could take a few things with him.
They can be found all over the world, the adorable puppy dogs. From the wild dogs of Africa to the fox kits and wolf pups of North America. We're going to visit some of the world's most beautiful wildlife locales and explore the world of the puppy dogs who roam our planet. The wolf. Misunderstood because of scary childhood stories. Given a bad rap by Little Red Riding Hood. Native Indians, however, told stories of a creature filled with wisdom. A beast blessed with all the knowledge of the universe. Some believe that if they listen and hear the song of the wolf with an open mind and trusting heart, they will find their true way in the journey of life. Wolf pups are born in a den, underground, several feet below the surface. Mother is very devoted to her puppies and will stay close by while father is out hunting for food. Once outside the den, puppies will spend most of their waking hours playing. This is serious business, because playtime is when puppies learn the skills to survive and develop strength so they can grow up to be big and strong. For the first week or so after the pups are born, mother stays constantly by their side inside the den. Father and other pack members bring her food. After that, mother will spend most of her time outside the den, but always close by. It's been several weeks since the pups were born, and now it's time to leave the den and go with mother. Together, they will travel great distances, much farther than the puppies have ever gone before, for they still have a lot to learn and will need to learn it fast. They won't remain pups for long, and maybe someday, like their father, they too will be the leader of a pack. It's pre-dawn, and a black wolf communicates a mysterious and haunting message, perhaps to its family group. The pups come out of the den after about 3 weeks. They play and nurse on their mother's milk. They also spend a great deal of time sleeping and basking in the sun. Appearing in countless Western movies, the Coyote is truly a star. Maybe not as big a star as some other well-known canines, but when it comes to personality, the Coyote is a natural. Coyotes start out much like other dogs. They begin as puppies. They might even look like a pet puppy found in people's homes. But that's where the resemblance ends, for these puppies are wild dogs, and the wild outdoors is their home. The coyote is a hunter of small animals like rodents, insects, and even fruit. They also have amazing hearing. Would you believe the coyote can hear a small mouse tunneling underground several feet, even through deep snow? Although the coyote is much smaller than its cousin, the wolf, people often get these two doggies confused. In fact, most sightings of wolves reported in national parks are likely due to the coyote. An unmistakable mask, large ears, piercing eyes, a sensitive nose along with a bushy tail. These are all characteristic of the red fox. The red fox is known for his sly, tricky, and crafty behavior, which is often how a fox is portrayed in stories and fables. When not sleeping, fox kits are full of boundless energy. The vivid flame red coloring is typical of most high-altitude red foxes. Red foxes catch earthworms that leave their burrows. The fox walks slowly, crisscrossing and listening for the rasping sound the worms make in the grass. Once a worm is detected, the fox plunges its snout into the grass. The fox also hunts for small rodents, like mice, in much the same way, digging up a burrow until the mouse is found. Back at the den, the baby fox kit tries out some hunting techniques of its own. An ant den is just the right size prey to begin with. Not much of a meal, but who cares? Playing is a much better way to spend the afternoon. Until the kits are old enough to leave the den and go along with their parents, they will just have to wait for dinner. But soon, Mom and Dad will be back with food for the entire family. If given a choice, red fox prefer field voles to field mice, but they will take mice and hide them by burying them for future use. Fox have a good memory for the locations of these larders. At times when food is scarce, the adult fox will return to the buried stash and dig up a new meal. Africa, home of the wild dog, the jackal, the bat-eared fox, and the very dog-like hyena. The African wild dog is the least typical canid and must share its home with the hyena, a strange creature that is dog-like but is actually a relative of the cat family. Jackals are opportunistic foragers. In other words, they are natural bandits when it comes to scrounging out food. They eat fruit, snakes, lizards, birds, small mammals, and carrion. The jackal must compete with vultures for food, and sometimes those vultures can weigh as much as the jackal. Jackals look and act a lot like the coyotes of North America. Both coyotes and jackals are similar in their food taste. Both of them will eat anything they can get. Wild dogs are social animals, but their family relationships are the exact opposite of other social mammals, such as the lions. Lions are led and influenced by the female, the motherly figure. The pups in the wild dog family are raised with a strong male and fatherly influence. It's the female dog that selects a den site for the pups, usually a pre-existing hole in the ground. Once they are weaned at about 10 weeks of age, the pups will rely on the pack members for food and protection until they're about 14 months old. They will start to roam with the pack when they are about 3 months old. African wild dogs hunt, rest, and travel in packs that average 7 to 8 adults. With pups, a pack may contain over 30 little doggies. The pack will have a home base only when there are pups in the group. At other times, the pack is constantly traveling. They can cover as much as 30 miles a day in their travels. African wild dogs can run pretty fast. They reach speeds of up to 37 miles per hour for 3 miles or more. That's about as fast as a car traveling down a main street. When dogs hunt for food, their success depends on their ability to choose weak or young animals who are much easier to catch. Wild dogs rely mainly on their eyesight for hunting. A pack will hunt for food at least once every day. The wild dog is exclusively carnivorous, which means it only eats meat. Wild dogs have powerful jaws, and those powerful jaws have a powerful set of shearing teeth. Shearing teeth are used for cutting and shredding meat. The adults bring back food to the pups and other members of the pack. Interestingly, they do not carry the meat back as some other animals do. Instead, adult African dogs bring food back inside their stomachs. Then they regurgitate the undigested food back up for their pups to eat. It may not be the most ideal form of fast food, but it serves its purpose, and the puppies don't seem to mind. Only one dominant female in a pack will give birth to a litter of new puppies. The only chance for a second female to produce new pups would be to leave the group and try to find another pack of dogs where she might become the dominant female. The African wild dog is threatened by extinction. They have been persecuted by man and are also susceptible to epidemic diseases such as distemper. Their home is shrinking as human populations rapidly expand into their territories. Their only hope for survival may be due to the fact that they can survive in harsh places, locations where most people do not want to live. The bat-eared fox, an insect eater. Besides the ears, it is the diet, the food this fox eats, that sets it apart from all other foxes. 80% of its diet is made up of insects. And you'll never guess what the flavor of the month is for the bat-eared fox. It's the dung beetle. That's right, the dung beetle is a favorite taste treat. The bat-eared fox locates the dung beetles by listening for the sound of the beetle's grub as it gnaws its way out of the dung ball. For a task such as this, very large ears serve them well. Found where herds of large hooved animals live, the animals are not what the bat-eared fox is hunting. But the fox can only survive in the presence of these animals. For it is the dung from these large beasts that the fox finds its meal. Dung beetles eat the droppings of these animals and lay their eggs in dung balls, which the female beetles bury. Bat-eared fox dig a den and will not use old sites that belong to some other animal. The pups are born, usually 2 to 5 puppies per litter. They grow very quickly and will achieve full adult size in only 4 months. In all the dog-like species in Africa, the ears play a very important role. Not only are ears oversized, which give the animals superior hearing, the large ears also act as temperature regulators. The power of water, the one essential ingredient for all life. In Africa, as in many other places on our planet, water is life, and it comes but once a year during the rainy season. Then it is gone. But while the lakes and rivers are full, they are the center of activity for all wildlife. Many come to quench their thirsts, while others simply enjoy the coolness the water offers on a hot afternoon. Hippos are particularly fond of water. Did you know that the hippopotamus can get sunburned? Whereas the puppies and adult wild dogs of Africa can travel all day long in the hot sun, protected from the sun's rays by their coat of fur. The hippo needs the water and mud, for it acts as a sunscreen, protecting the hippo's sensitive skin. For the predators, like all wild puppies, these water holes provide an all-you-can-eat selection of food, an easy place to shop for dinner. Sometimes arguments break out because of overcrowded conditions. As the water begins to dry up, space becomes even more precious. During the rainy season, it is a time for the weak to be replenished and the healthy to grow stronger and give birth to a whole new generation. And each new generation will always start out as itty bitty kitty baby wildlife animals. See you again real soon. Thanks for watching.